The death is announced of Petronilla Francois nee Xavier, also known as Mafai or Granny of Belleville-Choiseul, who passed away on Sunday, January 22, 2012 at 12:10 a.m. at the St. Jude's Hospital. She was 86 years old. She was a member of the Sacred Heart, Mount Carmel and Legion of Mary confraternities. Left to mourn her husband, Jean-Baptiste Francois, also known as Mr. Fay of Belleville-Choiseul. 13 children. Daughters, Patricia Plant of Entrepot-Castries, Leona Bisset of Belleville-Choiseul, Glennis Felix of Montjacques-Choiseul, Alex Joseph of Entrepot-Castries, Angela Aristide of St. Croix, Patricia Jeremy of New York, Sabina Francois of New York, Marciana Francois Lawrence of Michigan, USA. Sons, Joseph Francois, also known as Kelly of New York, David Francois, also known as Titus of New York, Marinus Lincoln Francois of New York, Leon Francois, also known as Pamela's of Wadawaj Grosley, Lucas Francois, also known as Collins of Belleville-Choiseul. Grandchildren, Peter Roger Plant of Maryland, USA, Gregory Emerson Plant of Entrepot-Castries, Sergeant Marcellus Bisset, also known as Ballo, of Reunion Choiseul, Dr. O'Neill Bisset of Michigan, USA, Brian Bisset of Michigan, USA, Timothy Bisset of Canada, Tekla Bisset of Maryland, USA, Mervyn Felix of Mon Repos, Hiram Kurt Felix of Grand Riviere Grosley, Joseph Jean-Baptiste, also known as Junior of England, Marlon Felix of New York, Lilia Felix of New York, Nadia Felix of England, Jenna Joseph of Entrepot-Castries, Tessa Joseph, student in Canada, Chester Aristide of New York, Norbert Aristide Jr. of Florida, Andre Aristide of Syracuse, USA, Nedra Aristide of Syracuse, USA, Melissa Jeremy of New York, Camilla Jeremy of New York, Cassandra Jeremy of New York, Elijah Lilburn of New York, Marie Claire Lawrence of Michigan, USA, Krista Lawrence of Michigan, USA, Ricardo Francois of Virginia, USA, Glenroy Francois of Pavé Road, Castries, Earl Francois of Belleville-Choiseul, Lance Francois of New York, Sherilyn Francois of New York, Samantha Felix of Grand Riviere Grosley, Marilyn Francois of New York, Annabelle Francois of New York. 33 great-grandchildren. Brothers, Dennis Donacier, also known as Stormy of Belleville-Choiseul, Eugenio Octave and family of Cap-Estate Grosley. Cousins, Winifred Xavier Crafton of Lafargue and the Xavier family of Choiseul and Castries. Several nieces and nephews including Alberta Franklin of Barbados, Eugenia Octave of England, Cyprian Yard and family of Bel-Air, Aloysius Henry and family of Millet, Kingsley Dolor of Choiseul. Sons-in-law, Julius Bisset of Belleville-Choiseul, Primus Felix of Montjacques-Choiseul, Timothy Joseph of Entrepot-Castries, Linus Jeremy of New York. Daughters-in-law, Christina Francois of New York, Bertha Francois of New York, Olivia Benjamin Francois of St. Croix. Also left to mourn, brothers-in-law, Maurice Abdouma Francois and family of Castries, Gordon James and family of Castries, Harcourt Maximin and family of Castries, Linus Maximin and family of Fossé-Jacques-Souffrère, Dennis Maximin of Fossé-Jacques-Souffrère, sister-in-law Agatha Alcé of Antigua. Other relatives including Catherine Octave and family of Castries, Julian Augustine and family in New York, Anderson James and the James family of Antigua and New York, special friends and neighbors, Father Aurel Yagapan of India, Dr. Augustine Charles and family of Martin Choiseul, Ms. Andrina Blaise of Belleville Choiseul, Ms. Clara Dennis of Belleville Choiseul, Ms. Eluta Chalry of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Julian Stanislas and family of Wadawaj, Ms. Fedora St. Clair of St. Croix, Mr. Joseph Stanislas and family of Belleville Choiseul, Mrs. Rachel Flavian and family of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Rufus Kodra and family of Forester, Mrs. Esther Justin of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Augustine Francois, also known as Alloy, and family of Belleville Choiseul, Ms. Ferrier Charles and family of Belleville Choiseul, Ms. Eufita St. Clair and family of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Varen Laforce and family of Belleville Choiseul, Miss Regina Joseph of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Joseph Zaccardo of Albany, New York, Mrs. Richenise Remy and family of Belleville Choiseul, Mr. Nicholas Lilburn of New York and the Lilburn family, Mr. Randolph Bess and family of St. Croix, Mr. Ambrose Smith and the Smith family of Saltibus, Mrs. Maria Saint-Amy and family of Entrepot, Mrs. Linda Mitchell and family of Hospital Road, Miss Gertrude Wilson and family of Roblo Choiseul, Mr. Michael Nixon and family of Roblo Choiseul, members of the Sacred Heart Mount Carmel and Legion of Mary confraternities. Many more relatives and friends. The funeral mass for the late Petronilla Francois will take place at the Lady of Lourdes Church in Choiseul at 3:30 p.m. on Friday, 3rd February 2012. The body will be interred at the Choiseul Cemetery. The body will leave Creek's funeral parlor at 1:30 p.m.